Let's take this thing higher, higher than you ever been. Stand tall like Everest, I mean higher. You ain't gotta settle in, go places they never been. We go higher, no stop, take it to the top, even when the ball drops. My man, we go higher, it's time to go. Let's take this thing, take it to the top. Oh yeah, higher than you ever been. No stop, stand tall like Everest. My man, we go, it's time to go. Let's take this thing, woo. Let's take this thing, no stop, it's time to go. Breathe.
It's the North Central State College pregame show where they're offering high-quality education close to home. And our matchup tonight, offering two teams an opportunity to try and build off of some recent momentum as Big Walnut and Hilliard Darby clash in OCC action. My name is Brian Skowronski, and welcome to Sunbury, ladies and gents. Not so sunny of a start to the season for both teams, but each starting to play some of their best soccer of the season as we approach the midway point of the regular campaign. Each squad starting to get it together, score some goals, and play some solid defense. Let's begin by telling you about Hilliard Darby's season. Still hunting for their first win of the campaign. However, unbeaten over their last 3 outings after dropping 5 straight to start the year. Only allowed 1 goal during their 3-match unbeaten streak after getting outscored 12-2 in their first 5. They have a pair of seniors that lead the charge in Rachel Bolby, really controls the middle of the pitch for this squad, and Allison Markham, dangerous up top. If you can get her the ball with some space, she's got great speed and some finishing ability. And you see all ties in their last 3. They've only seen 2 total goals go up on the board, both of those coming in their last match. For Big Walnut, very similar to the Panthers, they began the season winless through 4 matches. They've since earned victories in 2 of their last 3, including a 1-0 win on the road over a quality Clear Fork squad. Plus, they played Gahanna Lincoln extremely tough last Tuesday, so looking to build off of the recent success. You see those couple of wins, knocking off Westerville North in an OCC contest as well, where they put up a season-high 3 goals in the competition. So the Eagles starting to play some really quality soccer under their head coach, Katie Thiessen. And our player spotlight tonight, we're going with the sophomore keeper, Remy Largent. She came up huge in the win at Clear Fork, had 10 saves, got a chance to talk to her after the match. She was our MVP, and she has progressively gotten better as the season has matured. So has she. It's not easy being a young keeper on a veteran club, but Remy has been true to her name. She has come up large here of late. Love what we've seen from her, a couple of wins now, and she's been tested a lot. Had that shutout victory against the Lady Colts, and continues to protect in between the pipes for this Big Walnut squad. Looking forward to seeing Remy out here competing tonight, and kind of an interesting pre-game ritual for her as the team is getting warmed up, working on their ball skills and their touches. She's kind of diving side to side and working all by herself. No shots coming, just some stagnant balls, diving on top of each of them. So it was a bit of an unusual pre-game scenario for her, but whatever gets you in the zone, if it helps her out on the pitch, that's what's important. Expecting Remy to be a big difference maker tonight here for the Lady Eagles, who just had their backups announced out on the field, and now their starting lineups. And Remy Largent is the first name called, the sophomore. Anna McGuff also getting the start, so a couple of sophomores. And Anna having a great campaign so far. She'll be joined by Cam Pry, along with Caitlin Bowdenot. Here comes Ava Tackett, Brooke Setmeyer, actually Becca Chalfant. They've got a couple of number 19s. There's their captain, A.J. Curran. Co-captain, Michaela Sufer. And last but not least, Aubrey Altizer. Let's jump into our keys to victory for both squads, presented by North Central State College. We will begin with the Lady Eagles. We had our player spotlight be a keeper, so of course you got to be able to protect the 18. I think that's going to be very important for this defense to step up and not allow one-on-one situations with their sophomore keeper. And then the set pieces. If you can get corners, free kicks, any of those opportunities, you have to make the most of them. And we'll now pause as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. We're just about set to get this OCC clash underway. Big Walnut hosting Hilliard Darby tonight. I told you my thoughts about the Eagles and how they could get it done. Now let's check out the keys to victory for the Lady Panthers, coming here on the road, seeking their first victory of the season. In order to get it done, you gotta go low. What's that mean? They've allowed virtually no scoring here over their last 3 matches, so keep a low-scoring affair, and certainly that bodes well during this 3-match unbeaten streak. And then just capitalize. They've really struggled when they've had opportunities. Limited shot selection so far in the early portion of the season. When you're getting those looks, probably maybe only 5 to 10 quality ones throughout the course of a match, you got to be able to cash them in and have something to show for it. The beauty of the beautiful game is that you don't have to have a lot of great looks. It's just, can you make the most of them when they're there, when they're available? The great teams do. Others that struggle, typically, that is the issue. That will wrap up our North Central State College pregame show, offering high-quality education close to home. There's the Eagles breaking the huddle. Junior varsity squad, a 3-0 victor tonight. So they looked really good in front of these home fans. The varsity would love to do much of the same. Keep this momentum rolling. Winners of 2 of their last 3. As I talked about and you saw that score, they only lost by 1 goal to Gahanna Lincoln, who's having a great season. I think they're 4-1 so far. So right now, confidence has to be at an all-time high for these Lady Eagles, and they have got the ball first here to start things off. Excellent ball movement, finding feet, connecting about 4 or 5 passes. And now a heavy touch right there. It'll go down as a turnover as Carly Thomas came away with the theft. Now they'll set it up. I think that was supposed to be a one-timer. That was Thomas. And just wasn't able to get a whole lot behind it. So Darby comes up a bit empty-handed after having the 18 surrounded. Off the goal kick, that's Largent. pass out wide, deflected. And another giveaway. Here's the Panthers giving it right back, and the shot from distance. An easy save here in the first of the night for Remy Largent. Eagles flipping the field in a hurry. Anna McGuff pushes it down into the corner, and it'll be broken up. This is going to stay in the field of play, right in front of the Eagles bench. They keep it alive. Darby packing it in defensively. They had 9 girls back inside the 30-yard line. And that's how they have to win. That's kind of their mode, their strategy here of late. Just try to keep it close and see if you can't make a big play at the end. Nice touch. And maybe just a little out of the range there off the setup. Cam Pry did a nice job to keep possession and had a little bit of space. Perhaps next time be a little bit more selfish. Look for your own shot. Never know what can happen. Pry flicks it, tries to get there herself. And as a little collision happens, a Panther on the deck. And this will just be slapped out of bounds. That's Thomas, the midfielder, getting involved back here defensively. And certainly I think they're going to need her to be all over the field tonight. Eagles have to play it backwards beyond midfield here for Tackett. Just constant movement. Try to get the defense flowing from side to side. Pick your angles. Instead, they pick the poison right there as it's a giveaway. And Darby with that pass will get it right back. Off the turn in the middle. And a collision as Bowers goes down face first, and that'll go against McGuff. First foul on either unit. And this one favors the Panthers clearly. Anytime you see that hand go up to the mouth where you cover it, like, whoops. Just hoping that you don't get a yellow card or something in that situation, but it certainly didn't look like Anna was trying to do anything over the top. Another whistle. This one will go against B-Dub as well. So they've picked up a couple fouls here over about the last minute. And here's a set piece opportunity. They'll put Thomas on the ball. The junior has 4 teammates fanned outside the 18 to the right. One making a run from her left. And she'll chip it. It's flicked, but to nobody in particular. Everybody stopped driving towards net. It was kind of like how the birds all just fly in one motion, and then when one stops, they all stop. Kind of felt that way for the Panthers there. As we're 5 minutes gone by. Big Walnut still yet to produce an offensive shot of their own. Just one so far for Darby. And that ball could be dangerous. Largent, though, comes out to shut it down. And she'll quickly get it out of her hands. Foot race between her and Sydney Cates. Largent did well to make her break. She was a little late, but probably couldn't predict the way that that ball was going to shake loose in that manner. After a great opening possession, I counted about 7 connecting passes for Big Walnut. Have not really been able to get a whole lot going towards frame. Still kind of a filling out process here with the Panthers. Hear a lot of coaches say that sometimes the first 10 minutes is just that. This one rolls harmlessly down to the right side. Second shot for Darby. Big Walnut throwing coming up here from midfield. Pry quickly gets the target down the line. It's out of bounds and zips it down into the corner here for McGuff. See if she tries to go one-on-one or lay it back. She's got Pry. And no whistle. A lot of contact. Panthers avoid the foul. And this rolls back to Jennifer McMahon. Both keepers tonight, just sophomores, getting their starts at the Division I level. Broken up and will work out perfectly here for the Eagles. Getting on the counter attack. This is A.J. Caron. A little bit out in front, had the right idea. McGuff didn't quite have the acceleration I think she anticipated for this run. She was hanging back a little bit behind the play and just put it out in space. See if Anna couldn't make something happen. Eagles attack, still looking to produce their first shot attempt here tonight. Coming off their best offensive performance of the season, the 3-1 victory right here at home against Westerville South. And for the Eagles, a whole lot of home cooking right now. They're in the midst of a 5-game homestand. This their third of those 5 games. And you got to make the most of it anytime you get to play in your friendly confines. It's where you practice, you're most comfortable. A lot of the fanfare is going to be there cheering you on. And just gorgeous conditions here tonight in Sunbury. Starting to cool off as the sun drops. Temperatures, I think, in the lower 80s here before the start. As it's played back to Largent. She'll get it out here from Morris. And another shot from deep. Second opportunity tonight for Carly Thomas. Third save so far for Remy. So the Panthers finding some early offense, haven't had a great look on net as of yet. However, all 3 of their shots have been on frame. That's a good sign that you're at least forcing the keeper and the defense to have to adjust to you. And that's been the case so far here for the Panthers. McGuff kind of out of nowhere came into the picture, and she'll learn the throw-in for Big Walnut. Price sends it into traffic here for Chalfant. And that cross in front of the face of the goal. Nobody able to catch up to it on the backside. 10.5 minutes gone here, half number 1 in Sunbury. Hope you're enjoying your Tuesday evening. Love having you join us here on the OH Report. Make sure that you become part of the action. Drop us some comments. We'll feature you in the fan zone tonight. So you shout us out, we'll shout you out right back. My favorite always is to see where everyone's watching from tonight. So just let me know, are you local? You taking in the action from here in and around Sunbury or Delaware? Are you more Columbus? Are you in the state of Ohio even? Big Walnut starting to filter some numbers forward. And this one ripped, but handled there by McMahon. So first shot attempt of the night. Big Walnut produces it, but it's from the football 15-yard line. Though they get an interception, and returning to the offensive action quickly. Try to get it to Pry, who just delivered that shot attempt. Sharp move to get around the defender. This is Alexa Morris. And that pass we've seen on already about 4 occasions tonight for Anna McGuff. Just a bit mismeasured out in front. Didn't allow her a chance to use her body to shield off the defender, as she does here. Runs into some problems. And we'll get a throw in coming up deep in Panther territory. Got a Darby substitution. I believe it's the first sub of the night for either side. Battle for possession. Taken here by Big Walnut. And a sharp turn, got some oohs and ahs here. That was Chalfant. And now she finds Karan. And this one rips. Tough play and a goal. What a shot from downtown Cam Pry. Just over the top. Jennifer McMahon gave it a decent ride, but it was right where it needed to be. 1-0. B-Dub leads in the 26th minute. Eagles, as mentioned, coming off their best offensive output of the season right here at home. The win against Westerville South, and they'll keep it up right here. Just 2 shots, and one of them finding the mark. Talked about opportunities, capitalization. It's exactly what it's about right there. Pick your moments and shine brightest. Throwing coming up here for the Panthers, near side. This is the sub who just checked in, Kendall Clifton, just a freshman, and a 3-pack of freshmen, actually, playing for Kevin Doherty's club. Told me now in his 5th season, had a stint previously at Darby where he coached the boys for a couple of years, but that clear back in the 90s when the school first got its start, so I think he said he might have been the first coach ever for the Darby boys soccer program. School founded in 1997. One of 3 city schools in the Hilliard City School District. And how about this gorgeous facility here at Big Walnut? School's been around for a while. I think since 1950 it was founded, but just got this brand new building 2 years back. Phenomenal turf field at the stadium, and an offsides call. Eagles just about a step out in front that time. So 1-0 on our Crown Dublin scoreboard. Big Walnut and Cam Pry delivering a goal about 2 minutes ago. And you see that go two ways oftentimes, where you'll see kind of scores in bunches. Some teams really like to ride that wave of momentum, and it can be infectious out there offensively. Once you see one hit that nylon in the back of the net, you can't help but do it again. And then on the flip side, I've seen a lot of teams where the counter-strike, that's where they're at their best and most dangerous, is after allowing a goal, where it's like, hey, something mentally about being behind up on that scoreboard forces a little bit of extra motivation. Right now, it's the Eagles trying to stay on the offensive. And we showed you in the pregame just how good Darby's been defensively of late. They've only allowed one goal in their previous 3 matches, so had a pair of shutouts in a row. At Grove City, at Worthington Kilbourne. Scoring has really been where they have struggled so far this season. And they won't get anything out of this opportunity moving into the attacking third as Largent comes out to collect. It's got a good feel for the game. It's my second opportunity getting a chance to watch Remy and this Big Walnut squad. As this one's ripped, but it finds its way home. How about it? So Darby equalizes on just an absolute dart from Malaya Mormon. Blisters this one, set it up. No one came to challenge and buries it right in the back.
Score number 11, Malaya Mormon.
All back to square. Only 4-minute difference between the first goal by Pry and now Mormon. Getting things even at 1 apiece. Nice move inside, good chase. There's a quality back and forth, and this whistle will go against Hilliard Darby. Little trip right there. And what a welcome sign as well for the Panthers, who have really struggled to score this season. 8 matches, and they've only been able to find the back of the net 3 times. That can really wear on you throughout the course of a campaign, and particularly with all these veterans that they have. Looking up and down the roster, 4 seniors out here. So when it's your last chance to leave a mark and a legacy, obviously want the best for yourself and to leave the program in a good place. Didn't have a lot to build off of from last year. Just 1-16 overall, no draws for them. 3 victories the season before, 4 victories freshman year for these seniors. So in total, just 8 total dubs for Hilliard Darby and this senior class. But a long way to go here this season as we're about to hit the middle portion. And you'll hear coaches say a couple of different things. Mid-season form obviously is one of those that comes out a lot, where you want to feel like you're starting to get a flow and an understanding of how everyone's going to play. As almost had something big going there for the Panthers. But then you also don't want to peak too early. So it's a tough balance of, kind of consistently playing your best, but knowing that there's another step on the ladder, a new rung that you can hit in the next match. As the Eagles sweep it out of there. Throwing again coming up here. This is the freshman Clifton. Go right back to her. Solid movement here around the triangle. But just a heavy touch as they tried to get it to Ashley Blessing up top. Couldn't turn with it. Try to switch field deep down in the corner. Now here's another freshman, Amelia Heaton. 3 of them out there tonight for Coach Doherty. So starting to groom the next chapter of Panthers soccer. And he's a good one to build the program around. Over 30 years involved, club level, and then here at the varsity ranks. Tough competition down here in the greater Columbus area for girls soccer. Look at some of the competition already that Darby's faced with the likes of Hilliard Bradley, Delaware Hayes, Watterson's having a great year. Already played Gahana Lincoln, Davidson as well. Before that 3-game stretch that they're currently coming off of with the ties against North, Grove City, and Worthington Kilbourne. Approaching the 18-minute mark here of half number 1. Again, appreciate you guys hanging out with us on a Tuesday night for some OCC soccer action. And we've got 3 Big Walnut football games still remaining on our schedule. We'll be over here on Friday. They'll be taking on Delaware Hayes. That'll be a fun one. And then we get them weeks 8 and 9 as well. They'll have Kilbourne on senior night, I believe. And then they travel to Westerville North. So we'll have all 3 of those for you Eagles fans coming up on the gridiron this season. 2-1 start so far for B-Dub. Heavy pressure being provided here by Darby. But a nice give and go, even better step up by one of the captains. That's Bowlby that disrupted that play. She's been a little bit quiet tonight. When talking with Coach Doherty, certainly complimented her and just how well she kind of stirs the drink around the middle of the field, and overall just one of those players everyone's kind of looking to. They'll drop it back here for Campolo. And just not a good pass. It'll be intercepted. So the Eagles, who have been living on the defensive end of things for about 5 minutes or so, ever since that equalizer from Mormon, trying to get something going themselves. Still just 2 total shots on the night for Big Walnut. 4 of them for Darby. Each has been on frame. And just one of those doink moments right there. Trainer coming out, taking a look. It's Ainsley Caron. And with everything that we know now medically about concussions and the different protocols, certainly something that we're much more cognizant of out there in all the sports, specifically soccer. You might be surprised. I believe I read a statistic that there's more concussions that actually happen in soccer than football. Kind of crazy, and that's because you're trained to go out there and swing your dome piece as hard as you can at the ball. So, you know, that happens, and then the big collisions. You're not wearing helmets out here. And this was just kind of a weird one where it just went kind of clink, clink, right back at you. Ainsley appears to be okay, getting a little swig of water. Likely will check back in the senior here shortly. Panthers looking to move it down the far sideline, plenty of space. And down into the corner, a bit too much and out of the range. Goal kick on the way. As the sun continues to set here in Sunbury, temperatures cooling off. Just a picture perfect night for high school soccer. Panthers again trying to utilize this wing. It's been available for him to get it there, but then Big Walnut been pretty quick to the ball, sagging back a little bit defensively. So we've seen this so far through the first 25 minutes. They'll hang back. They'll allow the action to come to them, and this is where B-Dub is stepping up and really putting their foot down. So while Darby's had them surrounded over these last 7-8 minutes or so, not a lot to show for it. Have not had to test Remy Largent in the goal. And how about this great breakaway? Oh, but a late whistle comes in. Pry was looking for her second of the night. And to have that much space in between you and the last defender, usually a pretty good sign that you're going to be offside. Second time that we've seen that whistle against the Eagles so far. Pretty clean game. Only a couple of fouls so far. Pair of subs waiting at midfield, trying to get back in here for Big Walnut and Sufer and Chalant. Spinning through traffic, Bolby lays it out. Here's the shot. And a couple of hops into the hands of Remy Largent. Blackman makes a nice move, far side, comes to the middle of the park. And the Eagles, you can tell they're just looking to burst and get out on those breakaways. A lot of credit to the Panthers, who have just not allowed much of that tonight. Playing a really high defensive line, everybody north of midfield right now. So for Big Walnut, a lot of the action taking place here on their side of the pitch. Off the pressure from Pry. Coming away from the pack is Clifton. Now Federer drops her, and she'll come in pressure here in the midfield against Carly Thomas. Nice series of moves. Here's Campolo. And the sophomore out to the wing. See if someone for the Panthers can make a run, get a shot. Skied up, misplayed on the one-timer. And the Eagles will settle for possession. Only momentarily, though, poked away. Panthers have owned the time of possession here in the first half. Slight margin, but have certainly possessed more than the Eagles, who really came out dominant in that department. This one will be knocked out of bounds. Goal kick coming up.
Substitutions coming in for Big Walnut.
Just over 11 minutes showing on the clock. Rare substitution here for Big Walnut. Both of these squads, actually, haven't gone too deep into their bench or very often. Eagles start short on the restart. And this is where I really feel like Darby's been in control of this game. Up top, and then the midfielders coming up and playing defensively. Just making any type of pass to move the ball forward a challenge, as Samantha McGuff gets tangled. And she'll earn a whistle. Third foul here against Big Walnut. And a set piece on the way. This one of my keys to victory tonight for the Panthers, capitalizing on this. See if they can put some pressure on Remy in the net. They'll slide 5 weapons all to the left side, and they'll just take dead aim. And just not a lot of juice here. This was Thomas, elected to take the shot. And from that distance, you would like to be able to put it dead on frame in the air. So it ended up being an easy save, but how about counterattack Bruin? Bad touch, though, on that last one to roll out of bounds. So you see kind of like a 3-on-3 form in there, and pushing deep into the corner instead of maybe a touch more towards the middle of the park. See Largent trying to direct the traffic defensively. Eagles got it packed in right now. And now they'll try to break out. Here comes Cam. Busted up, played out of the air by Julia Bowers. Julia hasn't had to do much as of late, just hanging around midfield, because it's been this front line here for Darby getting it done up top. Counter attack here for Big Walnut, and they'll earn a throw-in, flip in the field. Bowdnot, quick toss in, trying to find McGuff. Now it's back to Cam Pry. A little bit of space in front of her, and she will uncork one from deep, and wisely, McMahon just lets it sail. First shot for Big Walnut since the 26th minute. So they've been in about an 18-minute offensive drought. And the bulk majority of those minutes have been spent on the defensive. Panthers with the ball. So we'll see if that little breakout and at least getting down to this field, this end of the field, I should say, kind of changes the complexion of the match for these next couple of minutes. Good ball out into space to at least create some chaos. And here come the Panthers, a 3-on-4. Last connecting pass intercepted. Heaton was a little bit behind it, and the Eagles did well just to get a little piece. Oh, dangerous pass. Now Pride takes it. She'll shift it out in front. On the chase, here comes McGuff. And cleaned up last second by a charging Jennifer McMahon. That's exactly what you want to see from your keeper to avoid disaster in a potential one-on-one. You just got to have that spidey sense of when you got to have to make a break, come way outside the 18, outside of your range. Just shut some things down. Oh, big collision. Prize going to draw the foul. Saw Allison Markham just go face down in a heap here. Ponytail flying. Four fouls now against the Lady Eagles. And off the set piece, looks at a direct left side, and it pops out of there. Here comes Campolo, though, keeps it alive. Flares it out to the wing, off the cross. Not much of a flick. That was Jolie Warner. And the Eagles will clear at least for now. See how high up top Bowers is playing. And that's the sweeper here for the Panthers. So they've really, you know, just packed over on this side. But this is what can happen. Counterattacks. And the Eagles, they've had one or two opportunities at those, just have not been able to deliver with a big pass. Try to get that one-on-one with the keeper. They've got the speed up top. We've seen McGuff on a couple of occasions. Certainly Pry, that one where she was offside, ended up just accelerating by everybody, but she had about a half-step lead on the pack. As we're sub 5 minutes here, opening half. All knotted up at one. Cam Pry, the first goal of the match. Put Big Walnut up at the 26:42 mark. McMahon, a little bit of a collision here with McGuff. Out there to make the stop. Over the top of the defense, but it settles down at the feet of Campolo. As the Eagles starting to funnel forward. Looking to get something going here. Got a bit of momentum. And now they've got possession. And a foul. And this will be the first free kick actually of the match for Big Walnut, and it comes in a very fortuitous spot inside of the football 20-yard line. So a lot of different options here. You can try to play it into a crowd. Certainly you can take dead aim. Looks like it'll just be a two-lady wall set up here by Darby. And this one sizzles back post, but it misses everything. Forced shot for the Lady Eagles. It's the sophomore Piper Blackman who they put on the ball that time. Off the deflection, it caroms out wide, and the Eagles again trying to stay on the attack. Bit of a careless pass there from Bowdnut. Eagles, though, regain possession. At least for now, back and forth. It's a turnover party. See who collects this. Little loose change out there, slide tackle. And this will benefit the Eagles. It certainly looked like a lot of ball there for Jolie Warner. I understand why, yeah, referee thought otherwise. So that'll give another free kick here to the Eagles, their second in the last 2 minutes. And Sufer just on the outskirts of the 18. And now the Panthers trying to flip the field. Not going to be able to. Here comes McGuff. Can't turn the corner, poked away, defended nicely that time by Bowers. There'll still be Big Walnut ball off the throw-in. Oaks runs into some trouble.
Less than 2 minutes in the first half.
As we've reached the final 2 minutes here of half number one. Turnover, Panthers. Give it right back. Looked like they might have something going, like a 2-on-3. A little bit of space out in front here for Sufer. And off the pressure from the back, the turnover. But we've certainly seen Darby struggle trying to switch fields, get back into the attacking third. When they were down there with such a high defensive line, they were dictating a lot of the action, I'd say for about a 15-minute portion of the match. Now it's been the Eagles' turn over about the last 8, but can they capitalize? At least get another shot attempt here, late time. Only about 50 seconds left. Somehow that stays in play. And probably the wise decision, just knock it out by Bowers. Seen Big Walnut very quickly working off those throw-ins tonight, as it's a heavy touch, never really settled there for Morris. And deflected right back at her out in front of the Big Walnut bench. It'll be Panther ball. Closing seconds here of the opening half. And still a 1-1 score on our Crown Dublin scoreboard. Last chance for the Eagles. 10 seconds left. McGuff on the chase. And McMahon will just sit on the ball. That'll take us into the break, all even at 1 apiece in this OCC clash. Final look there for Big Walnut to try to get something going. Very even so far, as the scoreboard would indicate. After a commercial break, I'll have some stats, a little bit of analysis, and of course, we'll get you all set for half number 2. You're enjoying live and free girls high school soccer on a Tuesday night.
More than Crown. We are real people behind Crown of Dublin. Our service team is full of experts dedicated to providing your vehicle with care.
Using only premium parts and equipment, schedule an appointment with Crown CDJR today. The better way to service.
Look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Tonight's high school soccer match brought to you folks live and free thanks to our good friends at Crown Dublin. Some want it to happen, some wish it would happen. Crown makes it happen. North Central State College, providing individuals with the knowledge, skills, and inspiration to succeed in their chosen paths. And BS Media Productions. If you need a commercial to showcase your business or promote that you are hiring, BS Media Pros is the most affordable, high-quality production company in North Central Ohio. Find them on Facebook down in the description. We'll be back in 1 minute. I've got your halftime stats, plus second half still on the way, live and free.
More than Crown. We are real people behind Crown of Dublin. Our service team is full of experts dedicated to providing your vehicle with care.
Using only premium parts and equipment, schedule an appointment with Crown CDJR today, the better way to service.
It's the North Central State College halftime show. We've got 40 minutes in the books, and both teams have struck gold once. 1-1 the count here in Sunbury. Brian Skowronski with you for this OCC clash. Darby and Big Walnut, both members of the Ohio Capital Conference. Of course, this is not necessarily a league game. I think there's, about 50 schools actually in the OCC, 34 actually to be approximate. B-Dub in the Capital and Darby in the Cardinal portion of it. But each of them have showcased that they're playing some of their best soccer here as we're approaching the mid-season, finding a little bit of success offensively and then also shutting things down on the defensive end at times. We'll look at your first half numbers presented by NC State College. And very even across the board. The Panthers, every shot that they have taken has been a solid selection. They've put 6 for 6 on frame, and they have not necessarily tested Remy Largent with many other than the goal that they had via Malaya Mormon. But they've done just enough to at least keep the defense guessing, as they've had a slight edge in the time of possession tonight. And for Big Walnut, they kind of played in spurts. Definitely dictated the action early on in the contest. I think they won, in my opinion, about the first dozen minutes or so. Then after that, and the goal by Malaya Mormon, definitely felt like everything shifted in way of the Panthers. They were playing a lot in the attacking third and certainly on the opposite side of midfield. And they're just about ready for the second half. Panthers are out there. Big Walnut still taking a seat in front of their own net. But we need both teams to actually get this party started again here. So they'll give some time to Coach Thiessen's bunch. And just a lot of success here with this program. over the last couple of seasons. Sectional champions a year ago, 14 victories on the year, one of the best seasons in program history. The previous year, 13 wins, and then 6 in the freshman year for these seniors, who collectively have compiled 35 total wins since they have moved up to the varsity ranks. 35, 25, and 4, their overall record so far. A little bit of a different story for Darby, coming off just a 1-win campaign in 2023. Only 3 victories in 22. So trying to find their footing here still as a program and collect their first victory of the season here tonight on the road. But most certainly playing their best soccer so far of the season. 3-match unbeaten streak, hoping to extend it here. And on the other side for Big Walnut, a couple of wins, a tough loss against Gahanna Lincoln, sandwich in between, and a whole lot of home cooking right now, as this the third of 5 consecutive that they get here at the friendly confines. Second half action now underway. Panthers moving from right to left on your screen. Eagles the opposite, of course. And very quickly, we see Darby try to get into attacking range. As that'll get clipped down and will roll over the boundary right at midfield. Big Walnut throw. They'll get it in quick here for Karan. Nice setup, good looking ball to the outside and disrupted at the last moment. And another chance for the one-timer right there. I think that was Caitlin Bowdenot. Got a piece of it. So a decent attack that time for Big Walnut. Took them about 10 minutes to get their first shot of the opening half. Now they've already got one to get things started here in half number 2. Ball poked away out wide. Ava Campolo playing some nice defense. And up top here, Markham lost it. Panthers get it right back. They'll find her. Here's the captain. Shifting it out to the right wing. Shake and bake. And no dice on the one-on-one. Panthers, though, well maintained. As this one ripped, Largent squeezes. So Markham delivers the first shot attempt of the second half for the Panthers, who continue to keep everyone on frame at least. All 7 shots. Pass out into space for nobody in particular. Now Big Walnut starting to get something moving towards net. McGuff collides there on the backside with Campolo. So heavy contact and no whistle. It allows the Panthers to set it up on the fly. And don't think it got deflected. This will be a goal kick, but a nice setup. And Heaton, the freshman behind the play. Here come the Eagles from the back of the pack, looking to turn there in the middle. It's Pry pushing it forward. And the touch up top there from Bowdenot into about 3 different Panthers. Now the Eagles got him surrounded. Off the deflection, it'll be another goal kick.
Goal kick.
Take a look at the replay potentially and see there's a lot of bodies all there in the mix. But it favors Darby.
Eagle throw.
Give and go from the middle of the field. And now nice step up there from Campolo to take it away. Shot from way out wide here, Aubrey Altizer. Not a bad idea. First shot on net here for Big Walnut in the second half. As the whistle goes against the freshman Amelia Heaton. And I'll get the ball back over to B-Dub, working quickly as they have basically on every restart, including the throw-ins here tonight. And now the Panthers with a chance. Thomas breaks it out to the wing. Too far out in front.
Eagle throw.
McGuff double teamed. Hooks up with Cam Pry. And she tried to force it into the middle. She does. Regains her footing too. But the Panthers a step ahead that time. Just looking to throw one into the skybox. And flicks forward here by Mormon. She's got the goal tonight. Outside of that, hasn't done a ton offensively.
Black throw.
And a throw in back over to Big Walnut. Just about 6.5 minutes gone here in half number 2.
White throw.
Two programs in 2024 starting to head in the right direction as we approach mid-season. And I'm sure if you're a fan of the Panthers, I mean, certainly you don't mind getting a draw, but you probably like to get off of that tie train. 3 consecutive. Did have back-to-back shutouts, though. So definitely dig that from your defense. Played well here tonight as well. Jennifer McMahon, the keeper, has stepped up and made a couple of nice saves. As Mormon out wide, last touch. It's off her right foot. And it'll be a goal kick for Remy Largent. Largent, who was our player spotlight tonight, sophomore keeper. Got to see her in the victory a couple matches back. The win over Clear Fork on the road. A dominant, now Division III program. They were D2 for many, many years. And she had 10 big saves and a shutout victory there against the Lady Colts. Seems like she's continued to play well since then.
Foul called. Free kick.
As the foul goes against Darby. It'll be a free kick here from right about midfield for Big Walnut. And again, electing to play it short and just a bad touch all the way around. Certainly felt rushed right from the get-go from Altizer. That's been the strategy. Certainly can't question them. That's what they've wanted to do. Execution just got to be on a little bit higher scale. Tuesday night girls soccer here in Sunbury. And as I mentioned in the first half, we'll be back over here. Got 3 football games coming up on our live streams. As McGuff has it poked away. Should be a deep throw in here for Big Walnut. Prize got possession. It doesn't appear she's got one of those big throws where you can just go set up a couple girls in the box and be a quasi corner kick. And amazingly, through 15 minutes of action, neither unit has had a corner. Conversation between the lead referee and the Darby defense right now. It looked like a lot of the conversation with Julia Bowers, who's had an exceptional match so far. Pretty much every time she's been called on, she has delivered. So we'll get a drop ball situation. Maybe I missed it. Exactly what took place there that would lead to this. But we're back to action.
Eagle throw.
Great hustle play to get the possession right back here for Cam Pry. As the Eagles starting to filter some numbers forward, looking to get something going offensively. McGuff battling through a triple team. She'll set it up, the one-timer, and it's money. Back of the net. All created by Cam Pry to just keep the possession alive. Then McGuff sets it up. Sarah Elliott knocks it home. Great soccer by the Eagles, who break through.
Goal tapped in. 28. Sarah Elliott.
So Elliott regains a lead here for Big Walnut. Just the 3rd time all season they've had multiple goals in a match. And a lot to take from that one, obviously. You love the hustle by Cam Pry just to earn back the possession. McGuff battling through a triple team. That's all just individual effort, big-time spirit. And then for Sarah Elliott, the junior, to come in and knock it right where it needed to be, just a thing of beauty. But the Panthers are able to get a free kick here from the football 20-yard line off the Big Walnut foul. So off the restart, they got to work pretty quick. As it's right back to Warner. Cross deflected. And it'll be out of play. So Panther throwing. Mormon will handle. Panthers somehow keep possession of the ball. They'll get it out wide for Cates. And she elects just to lift one. Fourth shot of the second half for Darby. Beat of 4 as well. So it's been a very even fight back and forth. And kind of a seesaw, teeter-tottering type of game too, where, well, I shouldn't say that actually. It's been, when one side has been on that end, it's kind of stayed down there for a while, but then it's changed and it would stay over in that direction. So while it's been back and forth, it's kind of stayed on the one end and then eventually found its way over to the other side of things. And right now, the run of play belonging to the Eagles. See what Big Walnut does with it. They'll shift it over here this side for Altizer. Now back to the middle. A heavy touch. Mormon got there first. And they'll just have to play it back for Largent. Didn't get a ton behind that one, so out of the air, it's the Panthers with the first piece in Heaton. See if they can put the heat on. Instead, it'll be Karan directing traffic. Not a great pass, but she steps up, physical tackle. And she'll take it away. Now here's Pry pushing it out in space. McGuff foot race. She doesn't lose many.
Eagle throw, but first substitution.
Get a couple of substitutions in. Nice acceleration there from Bowers. Played some great complimentary soccer from that back line tonight.
Coming in, number 5, Megan Fitzpatrick.
Ball lobbed way up. McGuff with the header. And chased down by Fitzpatrick into the corner, but can't quite get there in time. Goal kick on the way here for Hilliard Darby. .25.5 minutes remaining. OCC clash. And a nice turn through traffic here for Markham. Almost able to dot the I on the outside. Now it's Big Walnut's turn. A lot of space here to carry. Big touch right there off the left foot of Karan. Had something going. There were 3 Eagles all waiting for their opportunity outside the 18. They'll recollect, go at it again. Here's McGuff. Double teamed, and the whistle.
Fouls called, and free kick white.
Just a second foul against the Eagles here in half number 2. Big boot from the keeper. And chased down, one-timer left foot.
Goal kick.
But it skies over the top for Allison Markham.
First substitutions coming in for Big Walnut. Coming in, number 1, Lexi Better. We've also coming in, number 2, Rachel Brown.
And after starting the match with 8 straight shots on frame, Darby's missed with their last 4, so haven't quite been as dialed in as they were in that first half. Certainly had about a 12-minute stretch where they were dominating the game, and the Eagles have changed the narrative here in half number 2. Had the better time of possession through these first 16 minutes. Finding feet, though Sufer with the turnover on that one. That'll miss the target as well. 6th shot here of the second half for Darby. Only had 6 in the first. All of them, though, on the mark. Just a gorgeous night on hand here in Sunbury. Fall weather starting to sink in, but not fully. We're still going to be in the 80s all week. At least up in Mansfield, probably even a little bit warmer down here in the Sunbury and Greater Columbus area. Eagle throw off the turn out wide. Goes out of bounds, and it'll be back over to the Panthers. Be your weather forecaster for the week. So about 82 degrees they are saying as a high today, but as you look forward to tomorrow, a high of 88. Very comfortable. 86 on Thursday, and then 84 for Friday Night Football, bringing you into a gorgeous weekend where it's going to be about 83 and then 89 on Sunday. So our weather looking a whole lot like San Diego, where it's just very comfortable and very consistent just about every day. Love seeing that. Though we're going to have spaces in between, of course, with the sporadic weather. You can expect a couple of storms or something to come make their way in. Nice pass to the middle. They'll thread it in. Let's see if we get a shot. A lot of pressure by Darby. And fortunate Clifton able to break away from the pack and just get it out of harm's way. Eagles had a couple players just right outside the box, one tracking on the back end as well, as they'll hang on to possession. Couple of volleys. We'll see if the Eagles can settle it. Try to flick it forward off the header from Sufer. Get a substitution here for Big Walnut. It's going to be Piper Blackman returning to the action. Piper's going to send out to the left wing and settle in. Kind of surprised the Panthers even elected to touch that one down in the corner. It was Campolo. Felt like it was probably going to escape its way out of the field of play. Nearly, though, were able to develop a counter strike. But the Eagles back line, step there about a half second sooner. Here's Morris, drops it back. And fresh off the bench, Blackman. Her first pass, not a good one. The turnover. So the Panthers looking to break out. Approaching 18 minutes remaining here in the match, and not a ton going on right now. This battle, we'll see who the whistle favors. Actually, they're just going to say that it was out of bounds, as Megan Fitzpatrick, a lot of bumping going on. Went after to try to snatch possession away from Jolie Warner. Eagles have done well to mark in the middle of the field. Just make it tough to try to turn and get something going for the Panthers. Kind of a tough night for Samantha McGough, sophomore midfielder. And another collision. Heavy there in traffic there from Clifton. Sends forward, looking to try to find Bender. But it's the Eagles breaking away from the pack. Another big collision and a heavy hit. Michaela Sufer applying the shoulder shrug here right in front of the Eagles bench. Now Warner gets picked off. Slingshot straight up into the air. Had about 3 seconds of hang time. This hasn't been very crisp soccer here for about 5-6 minutes or so. A lot of turnovers, no connecting passes at the back end. But this dangerous, wow. Largent came back, and obviously she can't touch it with her hands as it's played back to her. I think maybe just a lapse of judgment there from Ava Tackett. So the proper play made by the keeper, Largent, who will come out, and she'll snag this one. Things have been kind of quiet back on the defensive end of things for Remy in the back line. Always enjoy that. Certainly if you're a coach or a fan, it means that you're possessing a lot more than the other team and certainly getting into some attacking areas. As we've got Altizer down right now. She absorbed the contact initially, took about 2-3 steps, and then just planted there at the football 48-yard line. So might have just got the wind knocked out of her.
Substitution coming in, number 17, Mariana Super.
Yeah, it certainly looked like that was one of those situations where she delivered the blow a bit more than the defender, but probably did just get elbowed either in the ribs, liver, could have been the lungs, and stole her breath. It's going to be a big Walnut throw, even though Warner trying to sell it the other way. Shot down the line. Intended that time for Karan. But it'll be out of bounds back over to the Panthers. Trying to stay fresh here in the final 15 minutes. As 3 subs trotting on for Kevin Doherty. Still looking for victory number 1 on the season. 3 straight draws right now for Hilliard Darby. And trailing right now 2-1 on the road, would probably sign up for a 4th consecutive. As that's a nice defensive play. Trying to get something going forward here now for the Panthers. See if they got the speed to keep it in. They will. But Lombardo's pass to the middle of the park. Knocked out of bounds. Certainly trying to find the captain, Markham. And she has been a marked woman out there oftentimes when she's come down here. Defensively, the Eagles certainly looking to find number 5. Be back over to Darby. Another throw-in coming up in front of the Eagles bench. Clifton looking for a target. Trying to thread it into Heaton. The freshman connection. It's got to be pretty cool up at the varsity ranks, Division I, and playing with one of your classmates, first season in high school. And getting a taste of the big time at the varsity. Darby looking to keep the pressure on, but you see just how well balanced offensively the Eagles are off the deflection. And it's all Remy. Just really nice spacing tonight by that back line of Big Walnut. Just fanning out, combining when the midfielders have presented themselves back there to lock things down, make it tough to break into the 18. So Remy, even though there's been about 10 shots on net, hasn't really had to have a spectacular save. Brown pushes it back out wide. Now Rachel into space. We'll see if they find her again. Unmarked. Turn to the outside. They had Megan Fitzpatrick breaking if they could have got across. This one intended by Sufer. It'll be back over to Darby. Now Brown zips it forward. Heavy touch. And Federer thought probably that she was going to draw a whistle. It never came, so she'll send it forward. Curran. And wisely just knocked out a play here by Bowers. Referee, a lot better look than we have. Ultimately decided that it was more of a flop than provided by contact. As we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. 11 minutes and change is all that remains. The difference at this point, Elliott's goal. 29:54 remained in the match when she was able to deliver. Now we'll get a pair of subs. Kylie Cochran, along with Cam Pry. I haven't seen Cam out there for a while. She was such a dominant fixture in that opening half. See if things start breaking in Big Walnut's favor here with Cameron back up top. Actually just listed as Cam. Not sure if there's even a Ron at the end of that one. A little bit of a bump and an excellent turn. Finding a little space is Heaton. But just too many Eagles flocking into the equation, though she somehow slides in there. Not even sure how she broke through the pack. Got a piece, and Big Walnut fortunate there to be able to clear it. One more look. See 3 black jerseys. A little bit careless with it. Everyone kind of looking at the other, assuming that they're going to clear it out of harm's way. And now Thomas chips it out wide. Chance here for the Panthers with Markham. Two-lady game with her and Thomas right now. And she'll go out wide, try to turn it back in. And the pressure turns into a turnover. Brown, nice touch. Right on the money. This one also will find its target. It's Cam. Sends it out in front. Here's Brown on the chase. And it'll go off the football post. Solid build up that time. Ending with a Rachel Brown shot. I think the seniors played really well tonight. And probably got that. Timed it up pretty well. Just tough when you're moving that fast to try to get it on the laces. Keep it down there on frame. 7th foul against Big Walnut. And they'll go short here with Thomas. She'll send it down, at least try to, into the corner. No opportunity for Allison to try to give it a chase as it kind of came awkward off her foot. Big Walnut just looking to close things out. The clock, their friends. 7:40 showing right now. But a little pressure being put on right now by the Panthers offense. Though this one blistered way too tall from Lombardo. Shot number 14 on the evening for the Panthers. And if this score holds up, it was exactly this final last year over in Hilliard at Darby's place. 2-1 Big Walnut with the victory. You know, really a great dominant year for the Eagles a season ago. They lost a fantastic graduating class. 14 wins. Had like an 8-match win streak at the end until they ran into the buzzsaw that was Berlin at the end of the year. And a little bit of chatter down there amongst the refs. They're gonna, what are they gonna do? Is this gonna be a drop ball and an injury, or is this a free kick? It will be a foul. And so what an opportunity here. Short time, 6:40 remaining. And a chance for the equalizer. They'll put Bowlby on the ball. They'll have Thomas come back to assist. And actually a 3-pack of Panthers now. 3 Lady Walls set up right now for B-Dub. And the Panthers at any time are allowed to strike. It'll be Bowlby with the shot. Boy, she really sizzled that one. Just a fraction off. Kept it down quite well. But it sails over the top, and we'll show it to you one more time. Yeah, a lot of misdirection. Took me off guard a little bit, too, with actually who was going to end up touching it at the end. But that might be as solid of a look as you can expect to get here from Darby in these closing minutes. So we're allowing our clock to catch up. There's actually 5:30 showing right now on the official game clock. They will stop it here at the end of the game in certain situations. The new rule that started last year, certainly substitutions. They will stop the clock. It was a big part of the strategy for many coaches, certainly in tournament, to just keep subbing towards the end when they were out in front. Try to just allow the clock to hit zeros with them on top. Solid strategy if you can pull it off. But not anymore. 5th foul of the night against the Panthers. Eagles get one in from one of the ball girls over on the far side. And I've been noticing that they've been working very hard. Giving 100% full acceleration every time the ball leaves the playing surface. So kudos to them. Hopefully they at least earn some M&Ms or something from the concession stand. I do have a copy of the menu from football. And they've got Raising Cane's here, Jersey Mike's subs. You know, Jets Pizza I know is very popular down here. All beef hot dogs, so the best kind. Hot pretzels, nachos, Muddy Buddies. Oh, now you're speaking my language. So quality menu here at Big Walnut if you're going to come out on game night, Friday nights. If you can't make it, though, we'll have it for you live and free. Delaware Hayes coming into the building. Big OCC clash there. Season opener within the Capital Conference. Deflected down and see when the hands go up there from Bowlby, probably hit her arm, and she was just saying, I didn't mean to touch it like that. Panthers maybe a chance to get, you know, 1 or 2 more good looks, or at least the best ones that you possibly can. The hustle, though, from Brown pays off as there's a collision, ends up with Morris face planted. And that gives the Eagles a chance to wind some more clock, you know, move some bodies forward and just ultimately flip the field, get numbers going into the middle as they do here. Back to Sufer, and she'll uncork one from deep. Just the 5th shot on frame tonight for Big Walnut. But they've made the most of their opportunities, cashing in for a pair. Pry in the first half, Elliott here in half number 2. Down to our last 150 seconds of action. Panthers looking to get back on the prowl. Thomas, a little bit of a head of steam. She's got Mormon in the middle. She's got a step. She'll sneak it in right there. Mormon just did get a touch off that right toe, but wasn't able to direct back on frame. We'll check this thing out from the beginning. So beautiful execution. And Mormon, if she was just, inches closer, might have been able to take Remy Largent off guard and try to put that back post. Does earn Darby the first corner kick of the match. They'll set it up quite well. Thomas gets a piece of it. And again, off the football goal post. If that were worth any value, you know, Darby certainly would have the lead here. They've hit that thing about 4 times here in the second half. Eagles will keep it in play. Nice carry down the near side for McGuff. Now here's Pry. Made a little eye contact. Thought Chalant was going to take out a little sooner. Final minute of action. We got about 30 seconds of extra time. And a tough whistle to go against McGuff. She's pleading her case. So this will probably be the last gasp here for the Panthers. Clean opportunity, though, from the 25-yard line. Carly Thomas will get the call. And everybody on that backside, so I don't love this. For Thomas, probably just want to put it into the thick of all that action. Chip it somewhere right about outside the 6 and just hope that Largent has to make a play. Instead, she tries to put it on frame, and Remy does the rest.
10, 9, 8, 7.
So for a second consecutive season, Big Walnut knocks off Darby 2-1 as the Eagles, their first win streak of the season, back-to-back dubs for B-Dub, getting it done here at home tonight. We'll take a timeout. We'll return. We'll have a most valuable player interview. I think I want to talk to Cam Pry tonight, get her thoughts on the victory. Then we'll wrap things up. Final stats and more still to come, live and free. See you in a couple minutes.
more than Crown. We are real people behind Crown of Dublin. Our service team is full of experts dedicated to providing your vehicle with care.
Using only premium parts and equipment, schedule an appointment with Crown CDJR today. The better way to service.
Look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more. Every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Streak of the season for the Eagles. Let's start there and just tell me, how satisfying is it you're starting to approach the mid-season and playing your best soccer of the year?
I think it's been a challenge for us in the beginning of the year. We had to really pick it up here, but I think we're all really hyped that we're getting a double win back-to-back, and we're really excited to start our season.
Playing a lot of matches here at home, too. This is a third of 5 consecutive, so being at the Eagles Nest, what type of value does it bring to be able to just have the home cooking?
I mean, it just feels like really comfortable. Like, you get to really like show like what the community is about here and see who shows up and everything, and it's a great time to be at home match.
And for Big Walnut, you've had a couple of great years in a row, so to try to continue that winning tradition, started off a little bit slow at the beginning of the year, starting to turn the corner now, it's got to feel really nice for this squad.
Oh my God, it feels great. But I love that I'm going into my junior year with another great team, and it's really exciting.
Big goal for you in that first half to, kind of get the monkey off your back, if you will, to start out with the lead. If you can remember clear back then, take me through that goal.
I mean, I don't know. It was just like kind of like a bouncy ball, and I just had that one-touch big shot, and I mean, it just went right over the keeper. It was really exciting. I didn't know really what I was going to do in the moment, but it was exciting.
Yeah, it certainly helped to give you guys the lead, of course, and then the second goal here to go on top with Elliott getting that one. That was beautiful soccer.
It was gorgeous. Back post, so proud of her.
So for this team, just like the sisterhood and moving forward as you're starting to get into the conference portion of your season, what are the expectations for the Eagles this year?
I mean, I think the expectations are really high. We've been back-to-back champs, and we're trying to keep that streak going, and I hope we can really do that this year, and I'm really excited to see what this new team has in store for us.
Well, you're off to a great start. Back-to-back wins, 3 out of your last 4 victorious. So for that, Cam, you are MVP tonight. I got a couple little trinkets for you.
Ooh,
got you
perfect.
a keychain and a sticker.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Of course, but before I turn you loose, we got a little bit of a tradition here. If you want to look into the camera, give as many shout-outs as you want.
Okay, shout out to Sarah for the amazing goal. Shout out to Ava on the back line. Love you guys.
All right, a lot of love coming from Cam Pry, your Owens Report MVP.
More than Crown. We are real people behind Crown of Dublin. Our service team is full of experts dedicated to providing your vehicle with care.
Using only premium parts and equipment, schedule an appointment with Crown CDJR today, the better way to service.
Look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Welcome you back for the North Central State College post-game show. 2-1, a victory for Big Walnut. Back-to-back wins now for the Eagles as they inch one step closer to getting to 500. Brian Skowronski here with you. And we'll go ahead and jump right into our final stats and show you the teletape, how things really played out here tonight. A lot of shots for the Panthers in that second half. They had a dozen to be specific, but only 2 of them on frame, so they really didn't get to Remy Largent or that back line. I thought they really defended phenomenally, that being the Lady Eagles, and certainly the midfielders coming back and being involved in that. So they turned the tide. They had a little bit better possession, certainly in that second half. They had a nice stretch there for about 15 minutes where Big Walnut continuously just hanging on to the ball, and they were pushing it into the attacking third, and they were waiting a little bit more and being more patient with their shot selection. That's why you see just the 10 total shots for the Eagles tonight. They did rip 6 though on target. A couple of times they were really close to breaking a one-on-one situation, but they would be called for offsides. So as you start looking forward now for this Big Walnut team, and you just heard from the MVP of the night, Cam Pry, she said they're back-to-back champions in the capital portion of the OCC, and that's the expectation, is that they are going to win it again. So looking to get back into the win category when they return to action at home again here coming up this weekend against Thomas Worthington. Then they've got New Albany at home as well before they'll have to head out onto the road. And for Darby, September 12th, they're going to take on Berlin, still seeking that first win of the season. So it could be, you know, kind of a long year for them, but they're playing very competitive soccer right now. So if you are their head coach, Kevin Doherty, you know, 3 straight draws heading into tonight, and you really pushed the Lady Eagles to the brink. You had the time of possession advantage in that first half. You outshoot them overall on the game. So there's some silver linings to take away, but at the end of the day, you got to be able to make victory style of game-changing plays. The Eagles had one here tonight with the second goal, the game winner in the second half, courtesy of Sarah Elliott. That's right now what the Panthers are searching for. Hopefully find it before the season gets too late. It's getting a little late for us, though, so that will do it for our coverage. That is the game-winning goal right there for Miss Elliott to make it a 2-1 final score here in Sunbury. Got to thank our team for bringing you the coverage tonight, including Jory Hollenbeck on the camera, Adam Thompson, our director-producer, and for everybody back at the OH Report World Headquarters. Want to tell you, thanks for watching, folks. Our great sponsors as well, Crown, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, North Central State College, and VS Media Productions, bringing you the action live and free. I'm Brian Skowronski saying so long tonight from Sunbury. We'll see you tomorrow. More live streams on the way.